Hello. In this little video, I'm going to show you how to edit text on our GitHub hosted websites. So in this case, that means bettervoting.com is a GitHub hosted website, and RCV Change Alaska is also a GitHub hosted website. So this would not work on starvoting.org or equal.vote. But the nice thing is that if it is one of these websites, you don't need to be a software engineer. The process is super simple, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. And all you're going to need is a GitHub account. So to start off with, you're going to go to this website, which is linked in the YouTube description. And I'm just going to delete that space there. That space is just added to make YouTube happy. And then we're going to run over there. And actually, going back to bettervoting.com for a second, the change we're going to make as an example is if we go to the About page. I don't like how this is lowercase bettervoting.com. I think it should be camel case like that. So we want to make the B capital and the V capital. Just a tiny change as an example. So you're going to go to the Equal.vote organization under GitHub, and that has all of our projects listed here. And you're going to make sure that you're already signed in. So here I'm signed in. If you don't have a GitHub account, make sure to create one and make sure you're signed in. And then while you're here, give us a follow. I learned today that I'm not following the Equal.vote organization, but that helps us if you do follow. So click that while you're here. And then you're going to go to the corresponding repository for the website. For bettervoting.com, that's the Better Voting repository. For RCV Change Alaska, that's going to be the Alaska-RCV repository. And if you don't see it in this popular repositories list, you can just search it over here. And that's a good way to find it as well. So we're going to go ahead and click into that repository. And while we're here, go ahead and give us a star. That helps surface the project to other contributors. And yeah, so we're just going to look for the text that we want to change. In this case, it's about bettervoting.com. And we're going to find that text in this big project. Luckily, if you click the search bar up here, by default, it will be searching within the repository you're on. So I can just paste that there. And then there you have it. So in this case, it comes up in a few different places. So you might need to guess a little bit, but in this case, it looks like this about bettervoting.com is the place we want to edit. And if I want to make it a little bit more precise, maybe I can add quotes around here. There we go. Then I only get one result and it's more clear. So we're going to click into this file to edit it. And one thing, so yeah, we have that line here. And we're going to want to click this edit icon up here, but it gives this rather confusing message. You must be on a branch to make or propose changes to this file. And what that's actually telling you to do is to look up here in this top left. This shows that we're on a specific version in history, but we want to be on the latest version. I don't know why it doesn't show you the latest version by default, but you're just going to click main. You're just going to click over here and select main to make sure on the latest version. And then it should be relatively unchanged. About bettervoting.com is still there, and now that edit button is available. Although it's going to look a little bit different for you than it does for me since I have extra permissions. So I've opened it up a similar file in a different project where I don't have those permissions so that you can see what the process look like for you. So you're going to click edit, and if I hover over that, it says fork this repository and edit the file. So you don't need to know what that means. You're just going to kind of click the buttons as it goes. Fork repository. And then once you click fork repository, it creates your own version where you can make edits. So that's that extra little step you'll need to do. And then once you've done that, it'll look the same way as it does for me. So I'm going to click Control F to search here, about bettervoting.com. Brings me there. Then you can just edit that in place. You're going to do capital B, capital V. And then once you've made all of your changes, you can go ahead and click this Commit Changes in the top right. And This section is optional. I often just leave it at the default with update en.yaml and no description. Yeah, you can do it however you like. Let's see. Give me one moment. Your options are actually slightly different here, so maybe I will pretend I made an edit to this repository. Test edit. I'm going to click commit changes here. So yours is going to look more like this. Please ignore my change. I'm going to click propose changes. And now it's going to let you create a pull request. And let's see, this is just on a random person's repository, but I'll just delete it. Hopefully it doesn't bother them too much. So create pull request. Okay, so once you've gone through this create pull request process, you'll be able to see the change you made below here. So you'll be able to get a final review, and then you can give a little description here of the change you made, why you made the change, because this is going to be sent to me for me to review and approve your change. And I'm just going to pause it for a second. Okay, I set it up with the proper context. So here it has the updating the text here, and then I'm just going to give a summary here. Changed bettervoting.com to bettervoting.com. Description optional. This is all optional. And then you just hit create pull request. And then you're just going to copy this link and send it over to me or whoever you're working with on Slack or wherever, and then they will be able to merge it for you. So if they like what you've done, then you're good to go. They can merge it from there. They might say, oh, actually, can you make this one other change? If they say that, then you can edit that right here in the pull request. So if you hit these three dots, you can click edit file. And let's say for some crazy reason, where did that thing go? Let's say for some crazy reason they want a space there. Then you can edit it directly in the pull request, make that commit, and then that's going to be updated in the pull request. And then once the reviewer is happy with it, they will just click merge, and then your change will be live on the website. Let me pause it, undo that edit I just made. Okay, this is back to the way it was earlier. So yeah, then the reviewer is just going to click merge. They would normally wait for this build to complete to verify, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to break, so I'm just going to click merge, confirm merge, and then it's good to go. So now we can see it's live. If I go to the code tab here, I can see that that commit has been added as the most recent change, but we see this yellow dot there, which means it's deploying. So once that dot turns blue, there's actually a few more steps that go on behind the scenes, and then within an hour or so, it should be live on the website. If it's not live on the website within an hour, then check with me or whoever's maintaining the website, and they'll figure out what's going on. But yeah, the deployment process should be relatively quick. Okay, that's all for how to make edits to the website. Happy editing, have fun.